Seam Diddy Combs, also known as Puff Daddy P. Diddy and simply Diddy, is a figure whose name is synonymous with success in the entertainment world. Rising from humble beginnings, Diddy built an empire spanning music, fashion, and media, becoming one of the most influential figures in hip-hop. From producing chart-topping records to launching the iconic Bad Boy Records label and starting successful ventures like Scene John and Revolt TV, his career exemplifies ambition, innovation, and relentless drive. However, beneath the surface of his dazzling public persona lies a darker narrative, one marked by allegations of manipulation, emotional abuse, toxic relationships, and exploitative business practices. In recent years, the cultural conversation around accountability has shifted and public scrutiny on Diddy's past actions has intensified. Former collaborators, employees, and personal acquaintances have shared troubling accounts that paint a more complex picture of the media mogul. Allegations of financial exploitation, controlling behavior, and manipulative personal dynamics have cast a long shadow over Diddy's legacy. Once celebrated as a trailblazer in hip-hop and business, he now finds himself grappling with a tarnished reputation. This timeline traces Diddy's meteoric rise to fame, his various milestones, and the growing controversies that have undermined his status as a cultural icon. By examining his career highs and lows, we gain insight into how the dynamics of power and celebrity have shaped both his success and his downfall. As the public continues to reckon with figures who once seemed untouchable, Diddy's story serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting not only the allure of fame but also the hidden costs that come with it. 1969 to 1991, the early years and the making of a visionary. On November 4, 1969, Scene John Combs was born in Harlem, New York. Raised by his mother, Janice, after his father's tragic murder, Diddy grew up with a hunger to escape poverty and make a name for himself. After high school, he attended Howard University, where he studied business and interned at Uptown Records. This internship introduced him to the inner workings of the music industry and sparked his vision to build an empire of his own. 1993 to 1997, founding Bad Boy Records and rapid rise to fame. In 1993, after leaving Uptown Records, Combs founded Bad Boy Records. His first major signing was the Notorious B.I.G. Christopher Wallace, who quickly became one of the most influential rappers of the era. Diddy produced and promoted Big's debut album, Ready to Die, 1994, which became a commercial and critical success. The label quickly grew, signing artists like Faith Evans, 112, and Maze, and establishing itself as a major player in hip-hop. However, the music world was rocked by violence as rivalries between East Coast and West Coast rappers intensified. Diddy was often at the center of this rivalry, with his label seen as the East Coast counterpart to Death Row Records on the West Coast. In 1997, the murder of the Notorious B.I.G. devastated Diddy personally and professionally. In the aftermath, he released the tribute song, I'll Be Missing You, which became a global hit and won a Grammy Award. 1998 to 2003, rebranding as P. Diddy and expanding his empire. Diddy's ability to reinvent himself became one of his greatest strengths. In 1999, he changed his name to P. Diddy to mark a new chapter in his career. During this period, he expanded beyond music, launching the Scene John clothing line and dabbling in acting. He also produced music for a range of artists, from Mariah Carey to Jennifer Lopez, with whom he had a high-profile relationship. In the early 2000s, Diddy continued to grow his empire, producing more hits under the Bad Boy label and appearing in films. His entrepreneurial efforts also earned him acclaim in fashion, as Scene John became one of the leading clothing brands, winning the Council of Fashion Designers of America (CFDA) award for Menswear Designer of the Year in 2004. At the same time, Diddy's personal life remained in the spotlight, often mired in controversy, including run-ins with the law. 2004 to 2012, reality TV, Revolt TV, and cementing his legacy. As hip-hop evolved, so did Diddy's business ventures. He launched a reality TV show, Making the Band, where he mentored aspiring musicians and formed groups like Danity Kane and Day 26. The show became a hit, showing a different side of Diddy, one that was charismatic, but also controlling and demanding. His public persona as a ruthless businessman began to take shape, and his leadership style became both celebrated and criticized. In 2013, Diddy launched Revolt TV, a music-focused network that aimed to bring hip-hop culture to television in a new way. Although it never reached mainstream popularity, Revolt TV demonstrated Diddy's ability to stay ahead of cultural trends and diversify his business portfolio. During this period, Diddy also became the face of Ciroc Vodka, further cementing his position as a branding expert and savvy businessman. His success as an entrepreneur put him on Forbes' lists of highest-paid entertainers, earning him the title of one of the wealthiest figures in hip-hop. 2013 to 2018, struggles behind the scenes, and personal tragedy. While Diddy maintained a glamorous public image, cracks began to appear behind the scenes. Reports surfaced of tension with artists under his label, including Maze, who publicly accused him of unfair contracts. Allegations of exploitative business practices haunted Bad Boy Records, with some artists claiming they were manipulated or denied fair compensation for their work. These revelations added a layer of complexity to Diddy's legacy, raising questions about whether his success came at the expense of others. In 2018, personal tragedy struck when Kim Porter, Diddy's longtime partner and the mother of 3 of his children, passed away suddenly. Porter's death profoundly impacted Diddy, who expressed regret over not marrying her and praised her as the love of his life. However, the complicated nature of their relationship, marked by public breakups and reconciliations, also came under scrutiny in light of the #MeToo movement. Stories of emotional manipulation and toxic behavior began to emerge from former partners and collaborators, complicating his legacy further. 2019 to 2021, allegations surface and the public narrative shifts. As cultural conversations about power dynamics and toxic behavior intensified, more stories about Diddy's conduct began to surface. Former collaborators alleged that he fostered a toxic work environment at Bad Boy Records. Some accused him of taking advantage of young artists, signing them to exploitative contracts, and benefiting from their success without giving them the credit or compensation they deserved. Diddy's relationships with women were also increasingly scrutinized. In the wake of the #MeToo movement, former partners described experiences of emotional abuse, manipulation, and controlling behavior. Although Diddy denied these allegations, the tide of public opinion began to shift. His reputation as a visionary entrepreneur was now accompanied by a darker narrative, one of unchecked power and questionable ethics. 2022 to 2023, legal battles and industry fallout. In the following years, Diddy faced legal challenges, including lawsuits from former employees and business partners. Some of these cases were quietly settled, while others fueled speculation about the extent of his misconduct. Allegations of unpaid royalties and disputes over ownership of music catalogs further damaged his standing within the industry. At the same time, high-profile collaborators began to distance themselves from Diddy, signaling the growing fallout from his controversies. The once celebrated Mogul found it increasingly difficult to maintain his influence as the industry shifted toward greater accountability and transparency. 2024. The decline of a media mogul and loss of public trust. By 2024, the public narrative around Diddy had shifted dramatically. No longer viewed solely as an entrepreneurial icon, he was now seen as a figure whose success was built on exploitation and manipulation. As stories from former collaborators, employees, and partners continued to surface, the entertainment industry began to reckon with the culture of impunity that had enabled figures like Diddy to thrive for so long. The decline of Diddy's empire reflects a broader cultural shift toward accountability. As fans and critics revisit his career through a more critical lens, questions arise about how power is used and abused within the music and entertainment industries. Diddy's story serves as both a cautionary tale and a reflection of the complexities of fame, power, and legacy. As Diddy faces mounting criticism and legal challenges, the public must grapple with the duality of his legacy. He will likely always be remembered as a pioneer in music and branding, but the darker aspects of his story cannot be ignored. In an era that demands greater accountability, Diddy's fall from grace highlights the importance of holding powerful figures to higher standards, regardless of their cultural contributions. The story of P. Diddy reminds us that success and power come with responsibility. For those in the spotlight, legacy is not just about what is built, but also how it is built and who may have been hurt along the way. Whether Diddy can find redemption remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: his legacy will forever be marked by both brilliance and controversy. If you like our video, do like, comment, and share it in your friends and family. And do not forget to hit the bell icon to stay tuned on more latest updates.